Traniacs. I just ripped the legs off of the ride group and mine in the process. So obviously this year is not necessarily about peaking for races, and a lot of people are looking at how do they overcome some of the things that have been holding them back. One of the places that people tend to fall apart the most, like where weaknesses show up, is on the run. What we're going to talk about today is how in just 30 days you can unlock a lot of running potential with an exact training plan that I'm going to give you that's going to keep you injury free. It's going to build your run durability. It's going to increase your neuromuscular power, allow you to basically, like I say, unlock a lot of running abilities that you didn't know you had. Come to think of it, I used exactly this to shave 25 minutes off my half marathon time. Works. So now, Traniacs. I'm sure a lot of you might be a little bit skeptical, as most people are when they first click on a YouTube video, but I want to show you the example that happened to me by incorporating some of the techniques that you're about to learn to see how significant an improvement you could potentially do. So this here is the 2011 Manitoba Marathon. This is the first half marathon that I ever did, and the time that I ended up doing was 1 hour and 52 minutes. Over the winter, and more like basically the last few months of the winter between 2011 and 2012, I ended up deciding that I was going to try to structure a training plan. I learned as much as I could, and I included some of the things that you're about to learn. And the results, without losing piles of weight, without changing my run technique, without having a coach, without running tons more than I was before, really just by structuring my training properly, the results were pretty drastic. The very next year at the same course, same exact setup in 2012 was, instead of that 152, a 132. And I was still focused on triathlon training at this point. At most, I was running 3 times a week, if that. And I think more than anything, it was like 2 times a week, with even less structure than you're going to get. So what you're going to be getting here is a 30-day plan that is going to accomplish 3 main things. Number 1, it's going to improve your run technique. Number 2, it's going to unlock a whole bunch of speed that you might have plateaued right now, or you might not even know that you have. And number 3, it's going to increase your durability as a runner, so that you've got this base of good technique, of good potential, and when you start running more and doing proper triathlon training, maybe later this year or next year, you're going to be able to absorb that safely without any risk of injury. Let's start off with improving your technique, and for that, we're gonna go outside. So with regards to technique, we wanna make you efficient. And the thing that we are concerned about with efficiency is, are you landing out front of your center of mass? Now, a lot of people think and say that heel striking, landing with your heel, is the worst thing that you can do. That's not exactly right. It's actually been shown in studies that it is more efficient at anything slower than a 6 minute per mile pace, which the vast majority of us are doing in triathlons, that landing on your heel is more efficient. But the most efficient is whatever your natural biomechanics are. So whether you're landing on your forefoot, your midfoot, or your heel, I don't care, as long as it is underneath your center of mass. So with this drill, you're gonna learn how to land and load your weight more underneath your center of mass. Most beginner triathletes and new runners don't do this. What you're gonna do is you're gonna start just by hopping on one place. And you're gonna notice that you're not gonna hop with your feet out in front of you. You're gonna hop with your feet under your center of mass. Then what I want you to do is hop from one foot to the next. Same thing. You're gonna land with your feet underneath your center of mass. Then what I want you to do is, when you're doing this, just start leaning forward. So what you're gonna do in these runs, and I'm gonna explain to you where you're gonna do them in the runs, is every few minutes or so, you're gonna come back, regroup, stop, and you're just gonna start doing some butt kicks and then lean forward. And that is the technique that I want you to do. You're gonna land under your center of mass, being nice and efficient, not putting on the brakes. Let's go back in. All right, so we're back inside. That's technique. Now we have to move on to unlocking your speed and building up durability. And we're gonna do both of those with this training plan that I want you to go through. What we're gonna lay out is 28 days of training. At the beginning of this, on very day one, I want you to do a 5-kilometer time trial as fast as you can go. Then at the very end of this, I want you to do another 5-kilometer time trial in the same conditions, the same course, as fast as you can go, and that's how we're gonna judge how much you've improved by. When you do that, come back to this video. If you remember to do that, comment in it and let me know what your improvements were. So we've got the 4-week plan here laid out, and before we start filling it out, what I want you to do with bike, swim, and strength is keep doing whatever you're doing as far as your regular schedule goes, but dial it back about 50%. At a time where we're going to really focus on one of the 3 disciplines, we want to make sure that you're going to absorb those improvements by dialing what we're doing in the other disciplines back a little bit. So let's get into filling out this plan. Now the first workout that we're going to do is the long run. And I want you to put the long run on the Sunday because as a triathlete, we need to know how to run long on tired legs. We do that by running on Sunday after an entire week of training. So long run. And we're going to continue that for the rest of the entire 4 weeks. The next run that I want you to do is a fast run, and I want you to space that a fair bit away from that long run. So I want you to do that on Tuesday. So fast run, and same thing. I want you to do that for the remainder of the 4 weeks. We'll get into the details. The third workout that I want you to do is a steady run, otherwise known as a tempo run. And the pace that you want to run all of these intervals for the steady run at are, like I say, comfortably uncomfortable. What you're going to do is you're going to go as fast as you possibly can during each of the intervals, but in such a way that you aren't fading by the end of the interval, you aren't fading by the final interval that you're doing, and you end feeling like you could have done one more. So the first one's going to feel fairly easy, and it's just going to get progressively harder. That's the right pace for these tempo, steady kind of efforts. So those are going to be your workouts. That's where we're going to do the work, the efforts. But you're going to still run a little bit more. And what I want you to do is have runs on the other days that are short. And we're going to start with just a 10-min easy run. And it's in that easy run that I want you to focus on that technique. What I want you to do is about every 3 minutes or so, stop, reset, do those drills that I showed you, pick back up and run again. Focus on that good technique. Now, here's how we're going to use this training plan to unlock your run speed and build up your durability. We're going to start with the long run. What I want you to do is do this long run as long as your longest run right now. It doesn't need to be super long. We're not really going to build it up. But what I want you to do is do this on trails or hills. And what I want you to focus on is easy effort. We're looking at somewhere around your Vo2 method heart rate. Go online, Google Vo2 method heart rate, and be somewhere underneath that. Very, very easy zone 2 running. I'll link to a video at the end of this to explain what zone 2 really is. But very, very easy effort running on trails or hills. And I want you to, in addition to that easy effort, focus on fast foot cadence. So that fast foot cadence, that quick turnover, that pop, 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 on softer surfaces like hills or trails is going to really encourage you to get off the ground quickly. It's going to reduce your ground contact time. That is going to reduce your likelihood of injury. It's going to increase the amount of spring that you get off the ground. This is where you're going to make things a little bit harder on yourself by being on a trail surface, but by focusing on that fast foot turnover, it's going to really help you be snappy and not plod along when you're doing your regular running. Now, let's get into the fast run. Now this fast run is where we're really going to work your top end. We're going to unlock the neurological signal from your brain to your muscles to turn over really, really quickly. And what we're going to start off with is we are going to start off with 10 times 10 seconds max effort, as fast as you can go on a steep hill. That's going to be the key. That steep hill is going to recruit a ton of muscle fibers that you aren't currently using. And to make sure that you can do this over and over and over and hit those peak efforts, I want you to take a full 3 minutes rest between. So that's what you're going to do week 1. This is going to unlock that ability to go fast. Then we're going to start refining it. And what I want you to do on week 2 is 10 times 100 meters. You can do this on a track or just measure out 100 meters on a sidewalk or just use your watch. 10 times 100 meters, same sort of thing. Sprint, max effort, recruiting all those muscle fibers. You are going to have a 3-min rest between, and that's what you're going to do for that. The next week, you're going to do 8 times 200 meters with a 2-min rest between. And then the 4th week, you're going to do 8 times 400 meters with a 2-minute rest between. Now let's look at the steady run. This run here on Thursday, building up your speed endurance, your muscular endurance, your endurance at a fast pace where you can work hard while your body is taxed. And what we're going to try to do is accumulate around 24 minutes of faster paced running. This is going to improve that 5K run time. So what we're going to start off with here is 12 times 2 minutes with a 2-minute rest between. And when I say rest, it's like easy jog or walk, like full recovery. I want you to be ready to go by the end of it. Then the next week, we are going to do 8 times 3 minutes, still with a 2-minute rest between. Now, here's where it's going to get a little bit challenging. We're going to do 6 times 4 minutes with just a 1-minute rest between. And then at the end, we are going to do 4 times 6 minutes with a 90-second rest between. Now to build up your durability, we're going to do something fairly easy. We're going to take this 10-minute easy run and we're just going to increase it by about 10% each week. So on week 2, it's going to be 11 minutes. On week 3, 12 minutes. And on week 4, 13 minutes. And carry that over to all of the weeks. Now, with that all done, you will have really worked on your top end speed. You will have really worked on your body's proprioception, your body awareness, and the getting off the ground quicker, decreasing your foot contact time with that long run on the trails. You will have built up strength-based running on those trails. And you will have refined that with some good steady tempo running that is simulating that 5K pace. Do that 5K run at the end, and I can almost guarantee that if you've done this well, you've rested properly, you've dialed back all your other training, you've supplemented it with just proper nutrition and good sleep afterwards, you will be a much faster runner than you ever expected in just 30 days. It's going to give you the foundation to end up leaping forward into the end of this year where you might want to do some races if races come back, or you can transfer that into your training next year. Final thing, if you're interested in learning more about running and the overall process that we use on teamtrainiac.com, go to triathlonrunningfoundations.com. You can get the digital book, the audio book there. You can get the physical book that you can get on Amazon. It's all linked through triathlonrunningfoundations.com. And as I promised, if you want to learn more about Zone 2 running, easy running, how to set that up, check out the video here. Final thing, if all of that is interesting and you want to see more and you aren't yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button below. Happy running, Trainiac. It is going to hurt, but it's going to hurt really good. Later.